Hi, I'm Rich King. I'm here in my basement in Canton, Ohio, and it's good to be back on ClarkBartram.com. It's been a while since I cut a video, and thanks for the positive comments. I got some great comments from some really qualified people, and that was a pretty cool thing for me. Anyhow, it's been a while, and surprisingly today, my motivation to get this video finally done is that Clark happens to be my cameraman, which is kind of funny. But so we're here, and I want to explain to you before we get started on our leg workout today. I'm a real believer that you need to understand, at least at a basic level, how your muscles and tendons and bones work to cause movement. To me, if you don't understand that, then you don't understand what you're doing in the gym. On the skeleton diagram here, let's look at a couple things. First of all, at a real basic level, I'd like to show you, and this is really not that accurate, but I think it explains pretty well how the muscles work. For the hamstrings, or rather the quadriceps connect up here to the top of your femur. Actually, they wrap around there, but that's a detail we don't want to get into right now. And basically what's happening is they extend over the knee, and when the quadricep muscle is contracted, it's going to pull the lower leg forward and extend the lower leg. So the hamstring, you can think of a lot like the bicep, and that is that it also connects up here, actually beyond the hip, but for simplicity we're going to say it connects up to the top of the femur, and it extends behind the knee. And when you contract your hamstring, what happens is it pulls your lower leg up. So those are the basic things about those muscles. Real quick, the calf muscle connects up here past your knee, extends down the back of your lower leg, and when it's contracted, it causes your toes to, or your heels to raise. So as you contract, it causes you to do the basic toe raise movement. Real quick, the glutes kind of count down here in this whole lower body system here. The glutes connect up here to the top of your pelvis, come down, actually a little further down your femur than a lot of people think. They extend down pretty far, and what happens is when the glute contracts, it will drive your femur back. Actually, that's not that accurate, because really you'd be more in a position like this if you were squatting. When your glute contracts, it pulls your femur back like this. Okay, so that's the basic system, and I really think, sorry for the hokey presentation here, but I really think it's important to understand this at a very basic level when you're doing your workout. One really cool thing that I want to point out here is I want to ask you a question. If you understand that the quadricep muscle causes the lower leg to extend, and the hamstring muscle causes the lower leg to contract or bend back, then why is it then when doing a squat, do those two opposing muscles work together to cause that squat motion? I think the answer is a little bit more complicated than I can get into here with the skeleton, but the one-word answer or two-word answer is a thing called Lombard's paradox. I suggest that you Google it, look it up, learn a little bit about it. It's really, really a cool thing about how your body works and how your hams, your glutes, and your quadriceps all work together to cause the squat motion, and that's why the squat is really probably the perfect exercise. All right, Danny?
Let me ask you a question real quick before we get started. How much does this information help you in your workouts? So knowing how the muscle contracts, knowing what the movement should be, I mean, does it help you focus your mind on your muscle more? Because I talk about that a lot.
It drives my workout. I don't think of it like, what movement should I do? What exercise should I do to work my bicep? I do it the other way. I think, what is the function of my bicep, and how can I apply resistance to that function? It just so happens that because my bicep contracts to pull my lower arm up like this, it just so happens that the curl's a pretty good way to put resistance on there. If I stand here like this and I curl it up, I'm putting resistance on that contracting motion. So if you learn the basic exercises that are out there and you understand your body, understanding how your muscle works, it'll drive your workout, and you won't think about it as an exercise, you'll think about it as a way of applying resistance to your muscles.
So where do you get your information from? You just go on the internet and research, like you read.
I use the internet a lot now. When I was younger, before the internet was out there, I read Arnold Schwarzenegger's Encyclopedia of Bodybuilding from cover to cover. I mean, that's a couple thousand pages. I probably read that book 7 times. And then various books, I'm actually looking at them now here over on my shelf, various books about the mechanics of the muscles and that kind of thing. As I said, really now the internet is there's just so much good information out there for free that's where I primarily get all of my information.
Well, there you go, people. You heard it from the basement of Rich King in Canton, Ohio. A software developer turned muscle man and guru of how the human body works with his partner, Denny Hutchinson. No, this is not him. This is simply his tool. And Denny actually left the building. The workout's over. This is how we do it in Hollywood, Ohio. We just fake it. So they already did a great workout, which actually was chest and triceps. But maybe Rich can be so kind in his busy schedule to put more videos up like this one. So if you like it, blog it. Tell him how much you love him. And that's it.
Okay, thanks.